Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here from the Midnight Garage. So today no how-to video, but today I figured it might be a good idea to show you guys what's going on with Kees' right-hand drive on the Civic EG sedan, since it's been quite a while since the last time we did that. Kees put in some serious work. Very nice, Kees. Daar moet je aan de andere kant ja, dat is wel zacht. De schakelstang zit... So yeah, in short, we are converting the car from a D15B2 automatic to a D15B Mini vtec manual turbo car, which is awesome. Kees opted for a Greddy turbo kit. I'm sure he mentioned it previously in the videos, but the reason he did so was so he could still run his air conditioning and power steering, which most turbo kits, well, you can't because of the shape of the header and the shape of the downpipe. But this turbo kit has been specifically designed so you can run both power steering and air conditioning and get a mighty cramped engine bay in the process. Now, you might notice that this is still all loose. We've done this for a reason. If you look closely, you can see that this engine mount just does not bolt up at all. That's because apparently for an auto to manual conversion with an EG, you need a special swap mount, and we didn't get that. So we have to order that. And then also the rear T-bracket. As you can see, that one doesn't fit it well. Now, I thought I picked the EG T-bracket, but apparently this is an EK one, so we need to swap that out as well for one that does fit, so that those holes there align. Because, yeah, currently you can still move the engine about quite a bit, and that's not good. That's also the reason, by the way, why there's no throttle body on it. But yeah, once at least the T-bracket is back on there, then we can bolt everything up. This one I don't think is that important for now, especially because we still need to do an entire wire loom. Speaking of the wire harness, I'm going to do that myself, basically because there is no proper wiring harness for sale, at least not for the D15B2 OBD0 EG model to a multi-point D-Series OBD1 with the turbo and without the automatic gearbox. Plus the car is right-hand drive, so most of the things are left-hand drive, so I would have to modify quite a lot even if I went with the conversion harness, so I figured it would be easier if I just rebuild everything completely from scratch. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's quite of a tough job, but you know, it has to be done, and we're quite far with it, so that's good. So Kees got a large capacity radiator, and here we have the nice front mount intercooler. Now Kees wanted to put some text on the front mount intercooler, paint it on there with black, but he wasn't quite sure what to get, so I figured maybe you guys have a nice idea, just post it in the comments, maybe we might actually do that. Suddenly a wild Wouter appeared.
Fix one thing, two other things break. The hose is fucked. And now Kees' Civic is donating his hose. And hopefully it will fit.
His hose.
Oh nee, dat is niet op het verhaal.
Oh. Stomme Kees. Kan je even mijn auto maken en dan kijken we.
Alright, moving on to the interior. Remember what I said when we picked the car up initially?
Yeah. Sunroof. It doesn't have the cool rear seat though, that's a shame.
Well, the car currently does have the SCR seats. It doesn't have the correct headrest, so we are still looking for those. But at least the seats are there. And in front as well, I personally think that those really are one of the best seats that you can have on an EG sedan. They really look like bucket seats and they're very comfy. That's one of the fuel pumps that we still have to install. Here we have the ECU. We have to install that as well. And yeah, you can see that the car already has the shifter linkages and everything hooked up. So that's great. But yeah, as you can see, there's still a whole lot going on in the interior. But we're slowly getting there. We are slowly getting there. I think that one of the last videos we made was of the front and rear lip install. But right now we have a full 2.5-inch exhaust installed as well, all the way from the turbo to the back. We've deleted the catalytic converter, so that should free up a lot more horsepower. But yeah, we will see once the car is done. On the rear we have some adjustable tow arms, we have some adjustable camber arms, and then we have some Skunk 2 lower control arms as well. Now obviously the big missing thing here are the rear disc brakes. Yeah, Kees was working on it. He does have some rear disc brakes as well on trailing arms, but he doesn't have the linkages for the handbrake. And that's all not legal for Holland. So Kees is working on it, but for now, in its current iteration, it's probably going to go on the road before the disc brakes are going to go on the car. And as for suspension, these were the Cusco coilovers that were on the car for quite a while. Well, we're not going to go with coilovers anymore. We are going to stick with the original dampers in combination with some lowering springs. We are doing this for two reasons. Well, one, because in my experience, and if you go with a general coilover kit, especially a cheaper coilover kit, then the handling usually isn't as good as you go with just some lowering springs. Plus, Kees definitely has expressed his opinion that he does not want to have a low car. He likes to go over speed bumps at quite a speed. And having some coilovers, yeah, it's usually too low and too stiff, and Kees just doesn't like that. So with this, we're going to have some more ride quality, a less low car, but probably a bit better handling. That's at least the plan for now. Up front, everything has been replaced, but it's mostly with OEM stuff. The front knuckles were warped and the car wasn't driving straight, so he figured he would swap everything over from his white Civic. So most of the suspension parts are from his white Civic. Now we did put some camber arms up front as well, so he can adjust everything once again. But if you look at the brakes, you will see that these are 242 brakes as well with some Brembo discs. Now some scammer did sell him some 282 brakes, but you can't fit them properly with the correct knuckles, and we still need to find him some knuckles so he can fit the 282s. If not, we are kind of on a deadline, so it might be the case that we are going to run it with the 242s. I hope not, because the car is probably a bit too fast for these brakes. But we will see. At the moment, yeah, that's how it looks right here. As for the wheels and tires package, he did go with the same JDM Starley wheels that were on his car before in the previous videos. But he did upgrade his tires for some brand new Federal Super Steel 595 tires. I think these got a very nice tread. But apparently handling wise these should be pretty good as well, even though I've never driven with them. So yeah, that's pretty much the wheels and tire packages for now. And while all these things are going on, there are also a lot of small projects going on, like for example the aftermarket gauges, like the boost gauge and the oil pressure gauge. Those have to be installed in the car as well. We still have to do the third brake light. I have to make the clutch line, but we're all going to do that in separate videos. So yeah, the car itself is like 90% complete, but as you guys all know, if you're building your own car, once you reach like the final stretches of the car project, there are like 100,000 of small things that all have to come together, and things don't work together, and you have to order some new parts so those parts fit with these parts, and well, it's kind of a mess. So every time we need to order small extra stuff, and it's getting quite tedious, and especially with Kees, because the car was originally planned to be a rather low budget turbo project, but it kind of turned out to be well, not a high budget, but at least a reasonable budget turbo project, and especially a lot higher than Kees had originally anticipated. But you know, in my opinion, that only makes the car cooler. So yeah, I'm actually very happy about all this and the entire project. So yeah, that's pretty much the status of the car right now. If you guys got some cool ideas for things we could do as well with the car while the car is in its current condition, well, post it in the comments, let us know. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys liked it. Leave a like if you did and hit the subscribe button if you want to see how this car turns out and how much horsepower it's going to generate once it's done. And then hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!